Hello, welcome to another video from our series where we talking about the possible upgrades of the hard drives and RAM on the iMacs. Today we are going to talk about iMac mid 2017 model identifier iMac 17,1 no sorry 18,3 apologize. So it is mid 2017 iMac 18,3. And so first of all, as always, important to know your model identifier and also the A numbers and EMC number. This could be found on the bottom of the leg of your iMac. As for the model identifier, easy to find on your Mac. Click the icon in the left corner, upper corner. Then on this window, click More Info. On there, go to System Report, and then under the Hardware Overview, Model Identifier. It may be a little bit different on the newer operating systems, but it will be just a slight difference, so you will find it. And when we go to Apple website, we see that these were configured with either 1 terabyte Fusion drive, and it was configurable to 2 terabyte Fusion drive, or 256, 512, or 1 terabyte SSD. So if you have a Fusion, that means that you have a 1 terabyte hard drive, the big mechanical hard drive, 3.5 inch, and also PCIe SSD. So you have this hard drive, which is, sorry for that. So you have a hard drive in the drive bay, and you also have PCIe SSD. This is or OWC SSD because that's the video I'm using here as an example. But normally there would be Apple SSD in this slot. This would be very small capacity, usually 32 gig, 64 gig, 128 gig. And the Fusion means that it speeds up your conventional hard drive, on which there will be around 70, 80 to 160 megabytes per second normally. If you do the Fusion with the PC combined with the PCIe SSD, then you get it. Then you get the speed, or maybe somehow around the 500, 550, which is equivalent to SATA 3.6G speed. And so this was the Apple creation, and it works very well when you have a mechanical hard drive, considering how you can speed it up. Now, if your decision is to get rid of the hard drive and update, change the hard drive for SSD, and also add a higher capacity PCIe SSD onto your system, then we have some bundles for you. So under the type, you will just choose kit to swap HDD for SSD. And here you have five possible options. This Mercury Extreme is one of the most expensive we have, and it's targeted on professionals who are video editing, music, picture editing, maybe some architects, AutoCAD using, and all these programs which require lots of data handling. A Mercury Extreme has a very good terabyte written per the lifetime. So you can write a lots of data until the SSD actually start to wear off a little bit. So you as you see this, it's like 1,600,000 hours of the work. Basically, it gives you this SSD, and that not to say that one of these bundles is not good for professionals. Not at all. The Mercury Electra 6G is also very good. Transcend is perfect. Integral, same, and this one is a crucial MX500 SSD, which is one of the considered one of the top SSDs on the market. So it all depends on what brand you like and what your budget is. You may consider Crucial to be the best SSD on the world, then you can go for this one. You like Transcend, uh, either SSD, or you like a price, go for it. Mercury is the same. If you believe the OWC is the best SSD, you can choose OWC. So this gives you an opportunity. So this is the option to change hard drive for the SSD, and it gives you this adapter drive, and you install this SSD in it, and it duplicate the frame of the big 3.5-inch SSD, 3.5-inch hard drive. This is a sensor which will be interconnected here and then connected to the motherboard. Everything is in the video. I will link these videos onto the video description so you can watch it. I recommend to watch the video because it gives you you will get a sense what is involved on changing this. And you get your screwdrivers and suction cups and resellable tapes. There is all this is including with all these drives. So when you received any of these kits, everything will be in what you need to successfully change the hard drive for SSD. Then if you also want to change or add the PCIe SSD, then you need to check out this and go to type again, and you need to check kit to add or replace PCIe SSD. So click add. We only have 2 kits here because there is not that many PCIe SSDs for these iMacs. This one is made from our own Flex SSD, and this is made out of OWC Aura X2. Again, if professional video, picture editing, music, everything else, go for casual user, sometimes gaming, Facebook, internet, all of things like that. This is perfectly good for you. You don't have to spend much more on this because this will be perfect for you. And so that's it. Now, also, this is the kind of major upgrade to add to the PCIe SSD. So again, recommend to watch this video. We'll include the link as well on the description. Watch it, please, before you commit to buy. And so that will be for the hard drives. These are the options. Then if your iMac was configured with the SSD, that means that instead of this big hard drive, you would have 2.5-inch SSD installed. He's probably using some kind of converter, I can imagine. Then, and if you got like 256 gig maybe, or 512, if that is enough space for you, you don't have to change it. But you still have empty PCIe slot onto which you can add one of the PCIe SSDs, which are really very fast. So you can add one of these again, and you will then keep your 2.5-inch hard drive as just ordinary storage, and you will make this your bootable, your startup disk with Mac operating system on it and all application running from it, because it gives you much better speed and smooth running of everything. And yeah, or if you think that 256 SSD or 512 SSD is not enough, and you need more capacity, higher capacity, that again you can just choose this. No, sorry, wrong information. You can just go again, kit to swap HDD for SSD. I know you will not swapping HDD for SSD, but in this case, it is the same. And you just choose the bigger capacity, maybe 1 terabyte, 2, 4. This Crucial is up to 4 terabyte. Transcend is up to 4 terabyte. Integral is only up to 2 terabytes. This one is up to 2 terabytes, and Mercury Extreme is up to 4 terabytes. So whatever capacity you need, you can have your pick. So that would be for the SSDs. It all depends how much space you need for your files and folders and all what you do on your iMac. And as for the memory, this iMac comes with 4 memory slots, and we have the memory installation here. Memory installation isn't actually very bad. There is you need to just unscrew the cover on the back of the iMac, and then the memory slots will populate, and you can exchange the memory. Recommend watch it so you know how it's done. It's quite easy. Its level is easy, and so anybody can do it. So as for the memory, you have according to Apple website, we have 8 GB as a 2x4. Well, so you have 2x4 memory already, and you still have 2 slots empty. You don't necessarily need to remove your old memory and install only the new one. You can keep your 8 GB, and alongside it you can install another 8 GB as a 4x2, or you can install alongside it 16 GB as a 8 GB by 2, or you can add 32 GB as a 16 GB by 2. And there is no requirement for the memory to be the same in each slot, so you can combine sizes. If you decide you want to max it up, then you will have to remove 2x4 and buy 2 of these. To bring it to maximum, you have to buy 2 of these kits. So that's for the memory. On a memory side, the memory speed is 2400 megahertz. It's a PC4 19200 260 pin memory. So that's that's for this iMac. Also, we have this tool here on our homepage, or you can find it also under here, where we have many more items compatible with this iMac. And the best way to find out what else is compatible is using this tool, which we already know that our iMac is 18,3 and it's A40193070. So we have a 2017, an iMac 18,3, so it's A4019 EMC 3070. If you hit the search, you get the page where we display everything what is compatible with this iMac. So say if you need expand the ports, you need more ports, you can have a look at the docks and hubs. These are the docks and hubs which will enhance your port capacity. So if all ports are full, this is the Thunderbolt. Your iMac has 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, so you can insert one of these docks into one Thunderbolt 3 port, and you get you get 14 ports with this. We have some. This is more like for the travel, so not much for. These are USB-Cs if you prefer those, and then we also have some Thunderbolt 4 11 port. This is a hub, and then very good Sonnet. Sonnet is one of the best brands. Sonnet hub, or we have this Thunderbolt 3 Pro dock, or the Sonnet Eco Thunderbolt 3 dock, which you can connect, and you can also actually install two M.2 NVMe SSD into this. So you will get more ports and also the additional storage, which is really good investment if you think about it. And so that's the docks and hubs. If you're doing a lot of videos and picture editings, you may maybe want to explore eGPU options. eGPU is basically enclosure which you can connect via Thunderbolt 3 port, and you insert the additional graphic card in it, and that will enhance the graphic of your iMac, because your iMac then can use externally additional graphic power. So this is also really good for the professional. It's a good solutions, any of these. And then also there's some enclosures which you can connect and install. For example, this one you can install four M.2 NVMe SSDs in it. If you need more storage and connect it via Thunderbolt, it gives you great speed, around 2,000 megabytes per second. This is the Helios. You will need a PCIe card. You can again install some. Video capturing card or sound cards, or even card with the additional NVMe SSD. This is the same. This is the same. You need a PCIe card and SSD in it. Or these enclosures would be more for population with hard drives and SSDs, like 3.5-inch hard drive, 2.5-inch, and some SSDs as well. So that's for the additional storage. Lots of, so all you need to do is just browse through these categories and see what else would be of the interest for you. Let's see what we have in adapters here. So under adapters we have this USB-C, and we also have the display adapters if you need to connect another channel displays. Then we have Ethernet support adapter, which is connected by a Thunderbolt 3, and it gives you stable and fast Ethernet connection for the data if you're transferring data over the Ethernet rather than through the cables like Thunderbolt or USB. And that's also OWC one. There's also Ethernet adapter. So lots of compatible things. So you can just go through and see if there's anything of use. So I hope this helped. This would be all for this iMac. I don't want to keep it too long. And if you have any questions, you can contact us from the comments, or you can drop us an email. I hope this helped you to get a better understanding of what you can upgrade and what is the best options for this iMac, and where you can actually save some money and you don't have to really buy something what you don't need. Okay, I see you on the next video. I wish you all the best. Bye.